Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is episode number 9, and today we are going to be diving into Beast's Castle. Of course, like any good introduction to any world, we are going to need to first do our gummy ship sort of introduction into that. And I'm going to start using these times to do my outro, but I'm going to do it earlier in the video because these, to me, if I'm going to be brutally honest, and maybe I won't even get to the outro part, but I'm going to vent about these a little bit. These sections of the game are terrible. And I'm going to share why they're terrible here in a minute. I'm not just saying that because it's like lackluster and there's nothing to do, although that is a big part of it. You could just spam the A button, because I'm playing these on Xbox, and get through 90% of these. Like, just keep moving around and hitting a button, and you're fine. There is no replay value. There is nothing here that adds to the value of the game. I do like a little bit. It's a little bit better than Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 3, oddly, as much as I will critique that game in the future, really hits these sections out of the ballpark. But outside of that, there is no value added in these sections. If anything, it just gives me a headache when I play through these games, because it is so... It's just so, like, there's no logic, there's no skill, nothing is required to get through these. I don't want there to be. I want the world transitions to be as easy as humanly possible. I'm not saying I wish they amped up the intensity or anything like that, but I wish there was a section where, like, Sora gets out and battles or does something like that versus this, because this is just not... There's no entertainment value in this. I think that's my biggest gripe with it, is there is nothing here in these sections that draws me towards liking this more. The only thing I could think of is, like, there's a few items that we could collect here that help us with some synthesis stuff later in the game. It helps us with that, and we need to do it solely because the game makes us do it. Like, they could place those items elsewhere, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Like, yeah, this section, it is not beloved by myself. I'm going to show it when we go to enter a new world, especially because now I feel like I have the pacing of worlds down a little bit better, so I feel like this world I'm splitting into two parts, and it is going to be a little bit more balanced as compared to the last world where it was like 45 minutes and then 15 minutes. This one is going to be more so like 20 minutes and then 25 to 30 minutes, so that way we have some slightly longer episodes, but they're still within like the watchable range, because for me, anything that goes over like 40 minutes I kind of tune out. That's just how it goes for myself. I don't know how you guys are. I've always put this out there. If you want to watch longer versions of what I do, you want to see it on live stream, anything like that, please let me know. I will try to accommodate that and try to fit that in, and then maybe I could do some editing on the video that actually gets posted as a live stream, and then post that as like the Let's Play stuff, and then make a separate playlist for like live stream stuff. But you know, that's a whole different subject for debate. But yeah, like I said, these gummy ship stuff, it's just not compelling. Especially because it's like, oh, you unlock that, which is why I'm showing it for this. It's like, you know, I want to display the work that's being put in there. But once you unlock it, it's like, okay, now go and land on the world. It's like, why can't we just land on it like we normally do in Kingdom Hearts 1, where it's like, we beat it, let's just land there. But besides the point, I didn't get to do any plugs or anything like that. I'll do it later in the episode. But here we are. We're at Beast's Castle, which, of course, as a young lad, this world really held a lot to myself, because the first time I played through it, I think I've shared this before, I made it all the way up to Hollow Bastion without giving my character any abilities. Did not upgrade the Keyblade, never went into my inventory, never did anything. And I made it all the way up to Hollow Bastion based on that. And then my memory card on my PlayStation crapped out on me. So I never got to finish the first game until I was about 16, 17 years old. So returning here, and Beast was the last character I saw in Kingdom Hearts 1 as a young lad. Returning here in like my 14 to 15-year-old range and playing through this and seeing Beast again, I kind of wondered, A, what was his development in the last game, because I sort of missed it. B, he seemed like an epic character at that time. Is he going to be the epic character like he was in Kingdom Hearts 1? And I think we're going to get some answers here. I did switch my Keyblade out. If you missed it on the last episode, I'm not even sure if I shared it. But we have the Star Seeker out now. I believe that's the name of the Keyblade here. This was actually the Keyblade that Mickey uses to train with in the Kingdom Hearts lore. And I meant to do a Fire spell there, but I didn't. And it's really odd, like, these Heartless, I know they're doing a little bit of damage, but they don't seem to do a whole lot against Sora here at this point in time. I'm not sure if I just got lucky, like if this is RNG luck, the way that, like, they're just bobbing and weaving outside of the world, but we don't take a lot of damage for the amount of Heartless that are on screen. Like, we're just sort of plowing through them. Honestly, this is like, I think this is the best I'm doing with Sora at this point in the game. Not really sure what that is, but it's just working for me. Like, that whole section just seemed to work out well for myself. I do like that the cutscenes take into account which Keyblade you were holding. That was something that the first game did very well. And yeah, we're kind of saying, like, enough is enough here. And then Beast comes in. Here he is. The Beast himself. And he is just demolishing Heartless. Sending them all over the place. He wants none of this. And Sora's like, hey, Beast. And Beast is like, get the hell out of the way. And he does the same to Donald and Goofy, which means something has changed. He's going and he's collecting the heart here. And the rose. I forget. Belle, I think, is the name of the girl he's in love with, but I believe that'll play into this story here in a little bit. But there's something obviously going on with Beast. He's not the same Beast we saw before. Is he as aggressive? Most certainly, yes. But he does not have the connection to us that he does in the previous game, which always left me scratching my head as a kid. And you can see there was a little bit of a jump there. I am going to try and cut out when I give myself, like, new items or abilities and things like that. If they're like huge groundbreaking stuff, I'll leave it in, but there's so much RNG stuff that you have to apply on the back end that I did not want to drag out these episodes just watching me apply certain settings to myself. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing like the full-blown videos of this and you want me to do it on a live stream or whatever on YouTube, please let me know. I have no problem doing that sort of thing, but I just, at this point in time, I didn't feel like it was something that the crowd was interested in, just based off the feedback I was given. But hey, I would love to do that sort of stuff. Anything that makes you guys happy, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm making the videos for you. I'm also making them for my dog to watch when I'm outside of the house, if I'm going to be brutally honest, so that way she can hear my voice and it kind of calms her down. She has a good time. She has a good time watching my Let's Plays. So sometimes I'll put that playlist on repeat for her, so that way it feels like I'm home. But here we go. Donald is going to jump in. This is, if you watch my last episode, this is one of the few appearances where this is going to change. So Donald jumps in on Belle. And she's like, I'm so happy you're here. She said, Donald. Sora, Goofy, which is one of the few times in the series you will not hear Sora, Donald, Goofy. It is very rare that that happens in this series. It is an oddball. But I do understand it in this implication, right? Donald rushed in first. But yes, something happened to the Beast. And she's like, isn't that why you're here? How do all these people know we could travel worlds at this point? That's what I would like to raise the question to. Because in the first game, we were pretty dead set on making sure the lore stayed consistent and telling people we were just appearing and then we disappeared, we were going to a different part of the world or whatever. You know, not messing with the functions of the world. But it seems like in this game, all willy-nilly has just been thrown all over the place and we can do whatever the hell we want and nobody cares about the lore from the first game. I'm not gonna... I love the thumbs up there from Sora. That confirmed what I was thinking. It was just like, yep. And if I'm gonna be honest, that thumbs up that Sora gave, I was quite tempted to give to this video. Because it's been quite a while since I played through this game, and to be honest, the lore is kind of breaking in on itself. And we're only 2 worlds in. And for being one of my favorite games, and I'm still going to give it that, it still deserves that. There is just a couple of elements that really break the lore that I was not expecting to see when I return here that actually make a big deal to myself. Like, if we know people could travel through worlds here, that actually makes a difference. Like, canon-wise, I feel like they'd be asking a lot more questions. I'm not going to dawn on it because it's Kingdom Hearts and the canon of it is pretty broken as it is. I mean, it still works, but there's a lot going on, and I don't want more added to that plate. And like I said, as I played through this the first time, it always felt like Kingdom Hearts 2 lightly bent it, which I still have the same opinion. It lightly bends that lore. I'm poking fun on it right now because I'm doing a Let's Play. And, I mean, what else do I have to do while I'm doing a Let's Play? But it lightly bends it in this game. When it comes to, like, future games, it completely demolishes it. It becomes a headache. And these suits are... we just can't get past them. It's impossible to get past them. Except for this little space right here that I just pointed out that we could definitely just walk right through. There's nothing stopping us. It's kind of annoying. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to get all the chests that I can in this section. This is one thing I hate about when it, like, manually walks us into a room. Is, like, here in this instance, right, we completely skipped this whole section of the map. There's a puzzle piece up there, which we'll be able to get later when we get Fly. But there we go. There was a treasure we would have missed there. And I bet you there's more in the hallway up here, which is going to be pretty damn annoying. Because it's like, well, why not just spawn us in here and then have us go through a cutscene? You can see me visually sharing my frustration there. Why not just have us go through a cutscene when we get to this area so that way we could have got all those chests? Because if they held something important, we would have missed out on them, most certainly. Like, it just becomes like an annoying aspect of Kingdom Hearts 2, and it does it quite frequently. Where, like, you need to go back and search through the area that you just came into because it spawned you 3/4 of the area, 3/4 of the way through said area for no apparent reason. I feel like this is a really randy episode, and I don't mean it to be, but I mean, for like one of the first 2 worlds, it is displaying that this game could be a headache at times. And I mean, for all the headaches it causes me, is it still a great game? Absolutely. Like I said, one of my favorite games of all time. But there are a few annoying moments. Luckily, I'm going to get this push game off on the first attempt. So we're not going to have to worry about this one. Otherwise, that would be a big deal too. Like, she'll just jump back into the original place regardless of how far we pushed her if she notices us pushing her. It kind of reminds me of a game. If you've ever gone to the website Ancon Arcades, if you haven't, you're going to see something coming out in the December month. But there was a game on there where you used to kiss this woman in public while you had a wife, and you had to watch to make sure that nobody would catch you. And if you got caught, that was game over. It kind of reminds me of that game. Maybe we'll play that game at some point in time. I don't know. Ancon Arcade, if you haven't been on that website, is a notoriously fun website for playing games like that, so maybe we'll visit that in the future. I know we definitely will in the holiday seasons, but it's like you'll find out soon enough. Alright, let's get going, guys. You can see from the last episode, I think I stated, I believe this world was supposed to be the first world that we actually go and visit, because you'll see this like sub-boss is what I'll call it, because there is a boss to this world that we actually have to go and defeat. And then, like I said in the other episodes, we do eventually make like second visits to all these worlds. So the boss you'll see is usually not the final boss, but in this instance, this sub-boss is usually a typically good one, but because we're visiting this world second, it's almost going to be like a bit of a pushover. It's going to deal damage to us, and it's going to catch us off guard a few times because I'm not used to its mechanics, and because my Keyblade is more magic sensitive than it is attack sensitive, because that's how this Keyblade works versus the other Keyblades. But as a whole, I think this boss is substantially easier, even as a sub-boss, compared to the previous world. And that is given even more light on the fact that we don't have to actually go through the process of like protecting a wall or doing some kind of crap like that. Because that just mucks up the waters, if I'm going to be brutally honest. It creates conflict for no reason. There we go. We can see once we hit them out of their HP, a spirit appears, and we have to kill that spirit. Obviously, because there were so many Heartless, I couldn't get to it all at that point in time, but that's okay. We're really not in any danger in this world, if I'm going to be brutally honest. It's pretty straightforward. Everything's pretty easy. There's not really a whole lot of concern here. Just now that we know that, we'll knock it out once more. And then we will go and we will do what we need to do. But it does work as like the actual boss here, so like we do need to finish on a combo and hit this Y move, otherwise the spirit doesn't get released. But now we're out here, there's not really a whole lot of Heartless floating around, so we can just defeat the spirit, and there we go. Everybody gets a level up, and everybody gets some new moves. I think Sora's move is the most important there, and I do apply it. The upper slash, that is important. Sora's moves in this game are ridiculous, if I'm going to be brutally honest. He becomes extremely overpowered, which is something I wish carried over into the third game. I get that you can't start the third game in the series with like these massive stats, but it feels weird, is all I'm going to say. But we're not in the third game right now, so I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. There we go. We have unlocked the door. It's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. We got some stuff we got to get first, especially these puzzle pieces. The Awakening puzzle piece. Is this a Remembrance puzzle piece over here too? No, just Awakening stuff. We do need to get this for some post-game stuff, which we're not going to go into too much. I might, like, maybe once a month touch upon it once we're past this Let's Play, as long as I have some time, but there is some really cool stuff in the post-game of this game, which I absolutely love. Like I said in previous episodes, if there's one game you could convince me, fans, to do 100% on, it's this game. I love this game through and through. As much as I shared my grievances with it, the whole, like, first 40% of this episode, I absolutely love it. But with that being said here, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode. There's not a whole lot my voiceover will really add to the rest of this episode. So if you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is free for you on your end and greatly motivates myself to make videos just like this now and in the near future. We'll be playing this game typically on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This week, in particular, we played it Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, just because I missed Monday due to some scheduling conflicts. I apologize for that, but like I said, the 3 days a week construct will continue until we reach the end of the game. And yeah, that'll be it for this Let's Play. If you're not into this Let's Play and you're like, hey, Average Joe, I want to see something a little bit more slower paced, I want to see something a little bit more rambly or anything like that, well, feel free to check out Pokemon Soul Silver on this channel, which we are doing a Let's Play of as well, and the aspect ratio is substantially different. I think it's really good for like phone coverage and things like that, but we'll be playing that series here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then every other week we'll be doing a Saturday episode as like a special episode where like I don't expect a whole lot to go on, but if the week is quiet on a Saturday episode, maybe something exciting will happen, and then you know, the flip side, if something exciting happens on Tuesday, Thursday, maybe something boring will happen on Saturday. But it really is a good way to make sure we get these 2 lengthy games coming out on the Let's Play series consistently and wrapping them up in 2 months, because I do think both of them require substantial time in order to come out in a 2-month period. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, once more as I peace out here, I hope you all liked this video. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all here on the next one. Until the next video, ladies and gentlemen, everybody peace out, take care of yourself, and peace out, Girl Scout. Let me give you an odd noise to end the video. Jesus Christ.